had the rest footage of blood. You know what I'm talking about? So it's been some debates on whether or not these gentlemen and women is going to be able to walk the main line unscathed. You understand me? This, that, and the third. You remember what Baby B Brace was saying?
Keep it 100, man. I ain't got none to lie for because if I see my money, any one of them. So, you know what I'm saying? And I say that because that's what just has to happen. On lanes, hopefully I don't never repeat nobody. But that's just what happens on the hood. It could be any of any of our little family on the set. It could be any of us. I'm trying to figure out why they got this C4 with all the R. Kelly songs in the background. They cold, dead homies, man. This shit getting crazy. As soon as people come to jail for anything with an R, anything with moving minors, anything sex trafficking on lanes, a minor name on there, and they say minors, they got 16-year-olds in there, they got 14-year-olds in there, they talking about R, they talking about R.A. dead homies. They said that's what was going on in there. Whoever got that charge, he need to be condemned on lanes. Whatever that bell, hit the bell on lanes. Everybody start hitting the bell though, because when you hit the bell, give you the alerts of when I'm getting on your popping it, bop, 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 bop. On lanes, you gotta hit the bell. I'm just hearing about that. I've been going crazy for a minute. You know I'm be tripping, but now for the peoples, all I know is we in LA with it on lanes. When LA with it, tight people. When we tick, peoples is bad peoples like that. The people that's saying, "Oh, let him go to court first and figure out." You right. He has his due process in court, but right now, to some real gang and some real ticking, not no favoritism. You ain't too Gucci. That's like me going to jail for 10 hours on lanes. I just go to jail for 10 hours, and I'm in a module. You think they gonna let me keep me in a module, and I got 10 hours on the news with kids? I ain't get found guilty yet. You think you think they gonna be? It's good. Stop it. Stop playing with it. Dead homies. Stop playing favoritism. We don't do that this way. You know, bias thing going on. I don't want no problems with nobody on ills. I just say bad peoples, and you can't never get mad at me when I start putting out bad peoples. So I'm gonna always do it, gang. Tapping on the who's when you tap in though on ills. Ring the bell one time. Said I'm hearing about the bell. I gotta say do it up on ills.
So I'm gonna keep it real, right? The streets and the jails is different. You know what I'm talking about? It's a little bit more political, a little bit more hands-on, this, that, and the third. I say that because it ain't no way some of these people on the streets, right? Some of their peers, just, you know, this, that, and the third, wasn't aware of what they was doing. You know what I'm talking about? And it is a safe argument, though. Like certain people, like, you know how the blacks politic and how they handle things. They're not as strenuous or strict about certain activities or removing people for being involved in certain activities and this, that, and the third.
Once again, I'm going to hit you guys with some crazy information. See this dude right here? He goes by P4K. Baby Gorilla Stones was his rap group. He's also a famous rapper for the Black P Stone Blood Gang in the streets of Los Angeles. He got busted along with 11 other Hoover gang members in the streets of Los Angeles because they were pimping women on Figueroa Street in Los Angeles, which is a famous spot when it comes to female escorts, 304s. But in this particular case, there was underage girls involved. A 16-year-old little girl that he told she had to pay $2,500 so he can pimp her out every day and every night. And then she had to make up to $1,000 a night, sleeping with multiple men at the age of 16. And if he didn't, he would beat her, physically assault her, and then...
Now get this, bro. Imagine if this was one of their peoples.
They used the hard R word, R-A-P-E, to do all kinds of despicable things to these underage girls. One of them was the youngest as 14 years old. All these gang members went on social media to display the money they were making, the hustle that they had. all by putting underage women on Figueroa Street. Some of them were adult women as well, and we're pimping underage kids and having intercourse with these kids, making money and displaying it all online, trying to be famous, trying to be pimps, and trying to be gangster rappers. All of them are gang members. This was one of the ringleaders, Lady Duck, allegedly, and 11 people are getting busted while law enforcement is trying to clean up the streets of Figueroa. And a lot of people ask me the same question. Is he going to be able to run mainline? Are any of these guys going to be able to run mainline? The cool part about it is, when it comes to pimping in prison, if the 304th, the female escort, was an adult, Norteño politics don't frown upon it. Hispanic politics don't really frown upon it if you're pimping, because they look at it as the homeboy was getting his money. This particular case makes it more sensitive because there was a 16-year-old involved and a 14-year-old involved. But I can tell you right now, the worst that's going to happen is they're going to jump them and knock them down off the yard and send them to a PC yard, because that's how certain people conduct that kind of business on these prison yards. There's not really going to be no repercussions when it comes to this matter, because like I said, the prison mentality, pimping and pandering, ain't frowned upon like child molest, and the RAP word and different S offenses that are more severe than pimping and pandering and pimping and prostitution in prison. So I'm glad I'm able to put all these individuals on blast and showcase their faces, because still, pimping a minor, having intercourse with a minor, and then RAPE a minor while you're pimping her and selling her body on the streets for your own profit is disgusting. And justice needs to be served in this matter.
So let's keep it real, right? To be honest, it's only a few good men. You know what I'm talking about? And it's crazy because, people put they put the money on a pedestal, right? And then they will overlook certain shit like it's just and it's crazy, right? Some would say, well, who the real pimp? Who's really pimping these people to make them feel like get this money, and you know what I'm saying? Whatever, how you, bro. But it just be to keep it real, right? Why I say it was a few good men, because it's only that's who made the politics, right? Everybody don't really stand on that shit. And there been tons of these who done had little 16-year-old girlfriends, 12, whatever type age, right? A lot of people don't have a problem with certain things. They just know, as a whole, as a group, yeah, you're going to get scrutinized. You feel me? This, that, and the third. But like he said about Trump cleaning up Fig, bro, yeah, it's finna get serious over there. It ain't just, see, the thing is, one bad apple, bro. That's all it take to ruin a bunch.
Trump and his administration have stated that they're going after the famous Figueroa Street in Los Angeles. And in the next coming up weeks, there's going to be several operations where they're going to be detaining the women that are working on those streets. A lot of people in the comments were saying that they thought that this day was never going to happen, because if you're from LA, you know that Figgy, that area right there, has been in business and popping for a long time. There's also even a line when you pull up on the weekend. You got to make some line. Then you have your little options of what you can pick depending on what kind of flavor you want as well. And lately, the women that have been working on this street, pretty much, they're not wearing too much. So it's pretty much you get to see exactly what you're going to purchase. And according to Donald Trump, he stated that there's so much activity and that this street has become famous all across the United States. He also stated that they're making way too much. And I'm pretty sure he wants to get a little piece of the cake. And see, he never did. He wants to cancel everything. And just in case you didn't know what was going on here, it starts with the P. Bros, you kind of get an idea. Let me know what you guys think about us down below in the comments. Are you going to be affected? Because I know a couple homies that go there. So I already know. Let me know what you think about all this. And like always, don't forget to follow for more viral news. Ciao, pescado.
Damn, he admitted in 4K. That don't mean his homies, though, that's sliding over there is picking up little kids, bro. But it's like, how you know which ones is grown? They ain't asking for no IDs, bro. You just picking them up. That shit look right. You like, get in the car, whatever have you. And I knew that was the real issue. Them people want they, Uncle Sam and them, want they cut of this shit. They don't care really about the ages or none of that shit either. About it's America, bro. If you ain't peeping this shit, it's turning to Venezuela, bro. On my mama. But this shit get deep, right? It ain't only we know what's going on E14. So Trump, it ain't like Trump just cracking down on LA or certain blades. Nigga, want they cut from every blade. Let me get into this shit, bro.
I did not understand the extent to which human trafficking through the I-5 corridor in Northern California, and I guess Southern Oregon or Oregon in general, but Northern California specifically, like, I had no idea the extent to which that is happening, how frequently, and the fact that everyone is just kind of like, yeah, this is what happens here. What? That's just what happened? Like, what are we doing? How do we find these missing people? What? Every single one of you knew that I was speaking about Redding, California in that video that I posted, which was from a road trip like a week ago. How did y'all know it was Redding? Like, all this crazy shit that's happening there, because everyone's leaving comments of specific things that are happening in that area. It's wild. Yo, what are we doing to help people? If you live there and there's like organizations you operate that help, or if there's ways that we can help, like, I understand that human trafficking, specifically women and girls, children, often like happens everywhere. I'm in Southern California. It happens here, but I did not expect the extent to which it apparently happens there. Terrifying. As well as all the other stuff, the churches, the like cult stuff. Like, there needs to be like PSAs about this so that we know. The only reason that I didn't stay in that part of Northern California is because I have a friend who was like, do not stay there. They do not welcome our people. You will not be welcome there. And we drove through, so when we were passing through, but it's crazy. How do we help? Did y'all know this? Like, if you're not from Northern California, did you know about this stuff?
Yeah, man. See, as you can see, they shutting shit down from Southern to Northern California, up, top, down, bottom. You is done. You know what I'm talking about? And really, it just might cease right for a little bit, and then it's gonna continue. See, this shit ain't just no little operation, bro. You can tell, right? It's some diabolical shit just based off the text messages in the indictment, right? You know, you don't really know how deep the rabbit hole go till you get some insight as such. I'm talking about, if you don't want this little girl, we finna organ harvester. That's some real underworld, demonic, dark shit, bruh. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? Like, you see, and it's crazy, right? Because each time you take a look into, like, you somebody who done been in a mix or whatever, right? Every time you go underground, like tap into the dark world, whatever, it's darker. It be like 10 times darker than the last time. You know what I'm talking about? You around, you like seeing what's what. You get in the mix, you like, oh, see, and that's what you see. What I mean by that, right? An example of that is a bunch of niggas knew what these people was allegedly involved in and what they was doing, right? Nobody said nothing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because by this point in the underworld, shit like that is normalized. Get your money, P. She fast, P. She do it. What, bro? Yeah, bro, this shit get diabolical, bro. Watch out to your kids. Watch out to your folks. It's really like some every man for himself shit. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, the kids, as soon as a baby come out, baby gotta find his own milk, hella shit. Baby got, type. It just, boy, some wicked shit going on out here. But y'all niggas, let me know what y'all think. I'm gonna talk y'all ear off, bro. They allege it, right? But you heard what Bray say. You think with them alleged, and then it's on video. Some shit is on video. They got audio calls. The jail know about this shit. You ain't no way, can't nobody know. Oh, and the thing is, right? This is what I mean about the underworld again, bro. So imagine some of them peoples in there. Who was Lady Duck talking to, right? Who has the means to take and get organ harvested and some other shit, and you know what I'm talking about? The same people, see how bro was trying to highlight that certain people don't violate certain people for other things in jail. Bruh, with the hat on, he was talking about how, like, oh, might not nothing happen to P4 and them. But guess what, bruh? Lady Duck was in touch with some of them peoples higher up, Yeah, them peoples from, Rasa, nigga. Who else doing organ harvesting, bruh? She wasn't talking to nobody in Africa, bruh. They said it was somebody from Mexico, nigga. But This shit, it just that's how deep it is, right? They'll push a line into jail. Yo, they gotta get up out of here. Whole time, the call is coming from higher up. It's some higher ups too. That's you get what I'm trying to say, bro.
Say ho, you can't be playing with that paper, ho. Nigga need that yaper, need it now and not later, ho. Say ho, you can't be playing with that paper, ho. Nigga need that yaper, need it now and not later, ho. Say ho, you can't be playing with that paper, ho. Nigga need that yaper.